lie and get us to believe and agree with him. Fully with him. Fully with him. Fully with him. I'm saying the truth is the truth. And we believe in the truth and we agree with the truth. We give the truth license to perform and become reality now. When I believe that the world I can't see is the reality, it becomes the reality. It becomes natural then. See, that's what gets it here. That's what manifests it, if I can use a big word. That's what brings it into reality. When a believer believes it. And not just believes it, but count it all joy, he said, when the enemy comes at you, because now you've got the opportunity to prove what it is you believe. Oh, it's not just a theory. It's not just something I sing about, or I'm telling you, it's who I am now. You want to come at me, because you're just going to establish it deeper into me. You see what I'm saying? You just come at me, I'm going to prove it. I'll prove it to you, I'll prove it to myself even more. So come on with it. Because the more you want to fight me, the more you want to rise up against me, the better I get at fighting, and the better I get at winning. So bring it on, big boy. Right? Right. He said, count it all joy when he comes and tries to steal your stuff. Count it all joy when he comes and tries to flare up. Because he's just going to establish that thing in you deeper. And he's going to prove that we're no longer double-minded. He's going to say, what in the world? I used to do that and it'd mess him all up. I used to do that and he'd forget all about what God said and he'd be over here crying and pouting around. What's the deal here? No longer double-minded. You come at me with whatever you want to come at me. I'm not double-minded. I know this sounds tough. Oh, I'm going to get you there. I'm not saying I'm all the way there. I'm telling you, Rachel, there's my witness right there. If I can't live in front of her, everything I say is a lie. Do I live this way? Can't shake it. I've proved it. And I'm not bragging on me. I'm telling you, it's Him. It's the power of grace. That's what I keep telling you. Realizing that we are the righteousness of God. Realizing that I've been made the same as Jesus. 1 John 4 said, as He is, present tense, so are we in this world. Jesus said, the things that I do, you'll do. I decided to believe it. I mean, believing it, down in my core. The enemy tries to come and try to prove that I don't believe what I say I believe. Huh? I remember one time, Wendell, I'll quit with this. I'm over time. You guys got me preaching longer. Did they sing long? They sang long, didn't they? Yeah. I remember one time I was learning this, right? It's been several years ago now. Wendell, we was building that barn over there. Remember this? Wendell comes down there, and he said one of his daughters is in the hospital up here, Heron, you know. And so he come down there and said, I need your help. What? Daughter's up there in the hospital. I forget all the details now. She was bleeding and hemorrhaging or something, this blood's going, and he'd already been there. He'd come down there, you know, kind of, it's his daughter. You know, I'm not making light. I'm not trying to be insensitive about it. Stuff happens. I'm telling you, stuff's not our truth. If we'll stay, Jesus said, if your eye be single, your body be flooded with light. Means if you're only looking one way, if you're only looking one way, there's only one option, right? Here he comes. I need you to pray. My daughter, she's went there, rushed her to the hospital. She's losing blood like crazy, and you know it. And so I said, did you go? And right there it says, I'm not telling you something. Did you go up there and lay your hands on her? Yeah. Did you do what you know to do? Yeah. See, he said, but they don't necessarily believe. So what they believe? I don't care what they believe. And so he wanted some backup. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. We're growing. He wanted me to back him up. And I said, Wendell, I'll tell you what. At this time, it's been several years ago now. At this time, I'd been to Heron Hospital, prayed for folks like 5 times, I guess. 5 times. I was 5 for 5. Every one of them been healed. The only one that wasn't healed, kind of, was Wendell's dad. He was 99 years old, and they called me up there to pray him to die, and we did. So I still count that as perfect record. Now look, I know who's listening, right? And I know the one that's listening doesn't know what I really believe, and he's going to try to get me to prove it. He doesn't know what I believe until he hears me speak, right? So I said, Wendell, you go back up there, and if she ain't healed when you get there, I'm coming up there. When I come up there, I'm not just going to get her healed, I'm going to get a bunch of them. Now, did I really think that I would go up there and just lay hands on everybody in that hospital and see everybody healed? Did I even know if I could get her healed? What, this? Come on, just talking. No. I didn't. Right? I mean, I'd had some success, and I thought, I was pretty confident of it. I thought I would, but I'm not saying, was I that sure? Was I so sure that I said, you get back up there right now, and she ain't healed when you get there. I'm coming up there, and if I come up there, he's in big trouble. We're going to get a bunch of folks healed. That's pretty sure, ain't it? I was bluffing. I was bluffing. He's trying to put pressure on me. I put pressure on him. Guess what? He believed that I believed what I was. He didn't know I was bluffing, because I'd proved it. I'd already been tested. I'd already proved I'd already been up there 5 times to lay hands on people. I'm not going to just say, oh Lord, give them comfort. I don't know. Let's see, whatever the will of God is. I don't go over that stuff. You know, Pastor, always so nice. I'm going to get victory. If you don't want victory, don't call me. I ain't coming up there. Now we lay me down to sleep. This stuff. No, I'm coming to get victory. And so, I'm saying I done proved by going up there 5 times seeing people healed. He knew what I believed. Wendell got up there. Was she healed when you got there? He must have believed me. I'm not telling you that to say about me. I'm just telling you that's what normal believers are supposed to be like. When you've been proved, when you're no longer wishy-washy, you're no longer tossed up and down with the sea like Peter. What James said, you're going to look at the sea and the waves and all this stuff, you'll be double-minded, and you'll always be a wreck. You'll always be sinking and crying, oh Lord, come save me. Now listen, don't be condemned if this is not where you are right this minute. All right? I'm just saying let's be hungry enough to allow Him to do it in us. You want to? Yeah. Let's keep on hearing and feeding this and agreeing with it and let Him perform it. I'm not saying you got to do something to get this place. Just be hungry and want it. He'll do it. He wants it worse than us. He's looking for people silly enough to be willing. I'll just be upfront with you. This is not the most popular thing going. You see how many people here? Anybody want to go for it?
Yes.
Anybody want to get there?
Yes.
I believe you. I believe you. We're going to go. You know why? Because love's been shed abroad in our hearts. And regardless of what it makes us look like, regardless of where it takes us, we can no longer stand by and watch what the enemy's doing to our people. Am I good with that?
Yes.
Anybody tired of watching a liar and a bluffer have his way with people that don't have to wander around the wilderness? I'm saying let's go take the land. Huh? Joshua? Is there any Joshua's in here?
Yes.
We're wandering around this wilderness for 40 years now. Let's say, hey, God said it was ours. Let's go take what's ours. You want to? Let's go live in it. If we got to kick them out to get there, we're going to kick them out, take it over, then we're going to occupy. I'm telling you this, He's going to put up resistance because we're taking over territory that He's been controlling. You're not going to take over territory that the enemy has controlled without confrontation. I'm just preparing you for confrontation. You defeat a liar with truth. And when you're no longer double-minded and your eye is single on truth only, you defeat him. He's whooped. Everybody good?
Yes.
I don't know how to quit, so I guess to be continued. You guys want to sing or?